little bike ride today. Nice weather. Not very sunny today, but you know, love this weather. Over to the right, you can see our neighbors. Bell Mansion there. Very nice place. We're gonna have a little strawberry festival. It's coming up. Figured I'd get a little exercise today. Try my camera on the bike. See how it works. You know, I got a real cool mounting system, which I mounted the camera to the front of my bike. Now this is my first test run to see how it works. You know, I like cruising around and getting some exercise. So, you know, I think this is the way to do it if you ask me. Anyways, we're cruising up this street here. Really nice street. See, I'm going to drive through the bike-friendly places in town. You'll notice the bike-friendly places by the side of the road. There'll be a sign that says share the road. And it has a picture of a bike. And I call those places bike-friendly. You know, they got them all the way up and down 24 Highway. They got them all up and down 23rd Street. And that's where we're cruising. We're going to do a loop around the city. And, you know, I just kind of want to share what I go through. You know, I probably get my bike out at least 2 or 3 times a week, maybe even more. And, you know, it's exercise, it's entertaining. Of course, you know, I got an e-bike, so I don't have to pedal if I don't want to. And, you know what? I'm just going to enjoy the day today. Looks like we're going to take a right turn here. We're going to go by the library. Did a little construction on these roads through here, and they're going to improve them. It's like they're putting in sidewalks, really nice sidewalks. And there's a nice library right there to the left. That's a Mid-Continent Public Library. So we're going to hang a left here. We're going to cruise through downtown Independence. Over there to the right, that's the Mid-Continent Library. We're going to cruise up this way. As you can see, the trees are in bloom. Nice white, nice pink trees. Really nice time of the year. You know, you don't have to wear, I only got gloves on. I brought them with me. I didn't know how cool it's going to be. My fingers aren't cool at all. I don't think I'll need the gloves today. Now we're cruising around these residentials. That's what you got around Independence. Houses around the downtown historic part of Independence. There's some little dogs there. Look like they're watchdogs watching over the family. You know, I wanted to get me a watchdog and, you know, put in my yard, and I got the fencing area for a watchdog. And, you know, that's not out of the option. And I was talking to one of my buds, and he's like, man, you should get a dog. You know, they're really nice to have. They're a good companion. And I've been thinking about, you know, going up to the shelter, maybe getting one of those dogs at the shelter. You know, they're going to put to sleep anyway. So you might as well, you know, get a shelter. If I was to get a dog, you know. Of course, you have to get the shots and get them all. There's a little fee, I think, that's involved with that. We're going to cruise right up here. Then we're going to hit the square. There's the farmer's market right over there to the left. And I'm going to stop at this 4-way here. Oh, there we go. I wanted to do a number there. Alright. There we go. Alright, we're back in. And I'm just testing out this mounting harness for the bike, making sure that it's going to be stable. That farmer's market's good. I go there sometimes when it's open, and I'll buy those cantaloupes there. I think cantaloupes, you buy tomatoes there, but you know, that's probably about all I buy there, if I buy anything at all. Those cantaloupes are really big. They're a lot bigger than the grocery store cantaloupes you get. And they're reasonable too, you know. We're gonna cruise by the courthouse here. I'm gonna take a left. We're doing a little construction up here too. I seen it the other day. And you know, Santa Calagon comes in September. This is a place to be. This is the happening place. They have concerts out here. They have a Ferris wheel, carnival. And you know what? They have a lot of booths out there. I have some friends that have some booths out here. Their sons are in the Boy Scouts, you know, and they sell stuff. And, you know, it's just a real good time out here in Independence when it comes into September. And I missed it this year, but I'd like to go next year and check it out. All right, I'm cruising through. There's the city hall. Right around the corner, there's the police station over there. Down 23rd, they have these signs on the side of the road that says share the road, you know. And that's what I'm all about, you know. That's what I'm all about. So we're going to take a right here. We're pulling up at the Nolan Road stop sign. And there we go there. There's a sermon center to the right. See the sermon center to the right. We're going to take a right here too. You know, they used to have a historic little log cabin over there at the sermon center. And that was a real nice place, but it got too old, you know. It got worn down and they had to take it apart. And I hear they put it in their museum there on the square. I think that's where it went, and they're trying to decide where to put it now. But that was a real old landmark that I always remember when I was little growing up. And you know, the city's changed, not too much to the right here. You can see this park, and in that park there is where they used to have the mayor's Christmas tree. You know, now I don't know if they're going to do it this year, but you know, that's where they have it. That's where they've been having it the past, how long have I been in the city? 10 years maybe? I think 5 years ago is when they started having the Christmas tree in that park. Right around 5 years ago. That sounds about right. So we're headed up to 23rd Street. And, you know, I go there all the time to 23rd Street. They have grocery stores. I get my hair cut up there on 23rd Street. And there's a lot of shops around there. And really bike-friendly roads. The roads have a good side path for you to run up with your bicycle. And it's really nice, I tell you. Of course, I have an e-bike. I get around by just pushing the lever on the side of it. And right now it says it's going 20 miles per hour. And we're just cruising. Of course, I got a GPS tracker, which tracks my whole distance, the speed, the average speed. And, you know, when I get home, if I get curious, you know, how fast I was going, where I went to, I can put it in the computer and map the whole route out. And I used to do that several years ago, but now I just use it to see how long I've been out and basically the distance and you know how much exercise I got. As you can see, the trees are all in bloom. You know, it don't look like it's gonna rain today. You know, they've been calling for rain, but I think we'll miss it. The clouds are kind of white. You know what? It's a good day. It's a good day. You know, I'm interested to see how the stabilizer works on the camera, and when I get home and view it, I'm kind of interested to see how choppy it is, how good the resolution is, and you know, all of the above. This is my first time out in the streets with the camera mounted to my my e-bike. And you know, when I bought my GPS smartwatch, they do have an option which you can mount a 360 camera on the top of your helmet. You know, and for years I was thinking I should get that 360 mount. You know, it's really expensive though, you know, and I just didn't get around to getting it. So, you know, this mounting the tripod in a fashion where it's stable, you know, I think this is just a step down from the 360 that I could have got mounted to my helmet. You know, it's all good. And like I said, on 23rd Street, when we're cruising down 23rd Street, you'll see all the bike signs. I don't know if you can see that one right there. You see where it says share the road, the yellow sign there? Let me try to do a zoom in here. As you can see, that car just, there it is right there in the middle. It says share the road. You know, it's a really bright bike-friendly city, and I'm glad I'm back home.